So what I've noticed is a pattern of the old vassal, the parents, dying in the new vassal's enemy year. 65 to 60% of the time. No one's trying to say they're God here or they're the prime creator and what we know is 100%. I'm telling you, there's enough validity in this system to pinpoint the years people die.
Part 4 with Garry. He is back. Man.
Brother, you ready to change the world?
Dude, there's a lot going on. I'm ready.
No. This podcast is going to change the world. Because after I'm done revealing what I'm revealing, a lot of people are going to question what they believe in. Because this is going to give numerology and astrology proof worldwide. Because when people start using the examples I give them in their real life and they start seeing, yo, it's real, it's going to spread like wildfire. Because right now, remember I told you many times, the religious grifting this year is at a whole new level. I mean, Brittany Renner is in a burqa. I mean, this is a woman who's a harlot, and she's putting on a burqa. People believe this year, they see religion, people talking about religion, everything on Twitter X is a religious debate between Christianity and Judaism and Islam, everything, every single debate. Almost every guest you had on is debating this on X. So what you have to understand is 2024 is 8. 8 is the number of religion. So people will start grifting religion. Next year, it's not going to be like this. And what we're going to do is we're going to start laying the foundation to put all these fairy tales to rest. I believe in a prime creator. The prime creator is here. All your false gods are beneath him. They always say, I'm a jealous God, meaning don't serve other gods, serve me. Meaning there's a lot of gods. And I personally believe when you pray, you become prey. I believe these so-called gods, jinn, are really demons who want to siphon your energy. I believe the prime creator is above all this. He doesn't actually interfere. There's no need to pray to him. There is no need to pray because he will not interfere. It's basically like a parents throw their kid in on the deep end and see what happens. And karma is what he'll judge you by at the very end. But that doesn't mean all this religious doctrine, Christ is king, Muhammad, illiterate man, wrote the Quran, a great book. So this to me doesn't make sense. But I tell you what does make sense. Numerology and astrology make a lot of sense. Because this is a virtual reality. By the way, I'm not the only one who believes this. I'm not the only genius who believes this. A lot of people, including Elon Musk, believe this is a virtual reality. But when you start putting together the pieces, you start seeing, okay, this type of stuff does really make sense. So let me give people a little context. We're going to start talking about Chinese/Vietnamese astrology, not the Leo, Virgo stuff that you guys talk about, what I call woman astrology. Not saying it doesn't work, but it's not as accurate as other forms. The Vietnamese and Chinese astrology is extremely accurate. I'm more with the Vietnamese for the simple reason because the Vietnamese believe there's a cat instead of a rabbit. We'll go into that a little bit later. But just context. Every sign has an opposite. Every sign has a yin-yang. I came up with the term enemy signs. So the first sign is the rat. It's enemies with the horse. Example, Kobe and Shaq. Kobe was a horse. Shaq was a rat. They didn't really like each other. That is how enemy signs work. Next example is goat and ox. Ox and goat, there's a lot of examples you can use in real day life. One of them is this. Saddam Hussein, born 1937, year of the ox, he attacked Iran. That was one of his things when he was president of Iraq. He attacked Iran. Iran was founded in 1979, year of the goat. Goat and ox are enemy signs. So after Saddam got taken out, Netanyahu now wants to go after Iran. Iran, and want to guess what his sign is? Ox. So again, ox, goat, enemy signs. Here's another one. The crown prince, the Saudi Arabian crown prince, the most independent leader in the Middle East. He's an ox. He's not on good terms with Iran. So you see all oxes, doesn't matter if they're Israeli, Netanyahu, or other ones, you can see how they're against because they're polar opposite energies. NATO was founded 1949, the year of the ox. Russia, 1991, year of the goat. They have a proxy war now going. So when you take a look at energies, you understand, there's something here. Next energy, tiger and monkey. America is a monkey nation. The most popular sport in America is the NFL. 1920 was founded. 1920 is a monkey sport. No one gives a damn about the NFL, except for maybe the Super Bowl one time a year. No one cares about it from outside the United States of America. But in a monkey nation, a monkey sport will flourish. Just like I've seen immigrants who come to America, and if they're born in the monkey year, they flourish. On the other end, the enemy of the monkey is the tiger. Prime Minister of India, Modi, he's born in the tiger year. When he was a diplomat, he was barred from this country. Again, enemy sign dynamic. Wesley Snipes went to prison for what?
I don't know.
Tax evasion. How many stars do you know who went to prison for tax evasion?
Not many.
So mostly people say, that was racism. He's a black man. No. He's a tiger in a monkey country. So tigers will honestly take L's more in America than any other sign.
Wow.
This is how you have to look at things. And if you're in Canada and Canada was founded in a cat year, guess what? Roosters in that country are going to take L's. This is a way to apply this knowledge. We don't have to, faith is one thing. We need to start thinking. We need to start using this type of knowledge. And trust me, I'm getting to something. You guys are going to love the ending. The next enemy sign combination is the cat and the rooster. Now, a lot of people know that 50 Cent is born in a cat year. Cats are great psychologists. That boy likes to play mind games. Now, who are his enemies? P. Diddy. He's been going at P. Diddy for a decade now, hasn't he?
Longer.
Oh, P. Diddy's born in the rooster year. Cat, rooster, enemy signs. Who betrayed 50 Cent? 50, you're about to learn something. Who betrayed 50 Cent? The game. He's the one who left his clique. The game's a rooster. See, you empowered your enemy sign. He turned on you. And if people start applying this in everyday life, they'll see it. What people have to understand is it's all yin yang. You just have to understand what it is. The next enemy sign combination is dragon and dog. And this is where the presidential election comes in. If you don't believe the Democratic Party or the people behind the Democratic Party are using numerology and astrology, you're out your mind. Now, remember, I told you a while ago that Biden would drop out and he would not be running in 2024. I said that on this show.
Yep.
Now, why did they choose Camilla? Now, I thought it was be a black woman, but obviously they didn't go for Michelle Obama, but they went for Camilla. Camilla's a dragon. We're in the dragon year. What's the vice president's name?
Waltz or whatever.
He's also a dragon. The chances that they chose two dragons in the dragon year is 1 in 144. Less than 1% chance.
Wow.
This is done on purpose. Now, Trump is in his enemy year. Trump got shot at, almost got assassinated. At least that's what the story goes. Trump got indicted 34 times. A man in his enemy year. You understand? So they have dragons going against the dog. Now, last election, Biden, someone born in a horse year, won in his enemy year. We see what happened. Now, is it possible? Yes. So we're going to see that, but don't think for a second the Democratic Party isn't using this stuff. Dragon. They all know what it is now. Next, I want people to understand the last enemy sign combination, and this is concerning to you, Elon Musk. Next enemy sign combination is pig and snake. And when you look at certain issues, you start seeing that pigs and snakes don't get along too well. Charlie Sheen, born in the snake year, married Denise Richards, born in the pig year. How'd that marriage go? Not too well. That's what happens when enemy signs get together. Benazir Bhutto, former prime minister of Pakistan, was assassinated in a pig nation. found in 1947, Pakistan. She was born in the year of the snake. This is how this stuff works. So now that we know, we've established a foundation. Rat enemies with horse. Ox enemies with goat. Tiger enemies with monkey. Dog enemies with dragon. Pig, snake. Rooster, cat. Now that we established that, let's go deeper. There's a deeper layer to everything. Peel that onion just a little bit more. I've been doing readings for a long time. And one thing I noticed when I talked to people, they kept telling me the same thing kept happening in certain years. And this is something no one in the world would have figured out without actually talking to people in reverse engineering. There's no possible way anyone would have figured this out. As a matter of fact, I'm 100% confident that even the Rothschilds did not know what I'm about to reveal.
Wow.
I've called it death code. Ladies and gentlemen, you can actually predict death. Not with the year, not with the day, not with the time, but within the year with a lot of accuracy. And that is what we're going to reveal right now on your show. And I want all the Christians, especially the Christians, all the Muslims, the Jews, the Buddhists, the Hindus, let's go down the line, the Scientologists. I want you to try to prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. You won't be able to. People will question what the hell they're believing because then they will finally understand that this is a virtual reality matrix and all that other stuff is fairy tales.
Wow.
I believe there's very strong energy within the bloodline. If you have a child, you have a bloodline connection. I also believe that all your ancestors' energy is within your bloodline, my bloodline, everyone's bloodline who's listening. What I've noticed is I call the parents the old vassal, and I call the kids the new vassal. So what I've noticed is a pattern of the old vassal, the parents, dying in the new vassal's enemy year.
Whoa.
Example, Michael Jordan, born 1963, year of the cat. His dad got murdered 1993, year of the rooster, enemy sign. This is what I noticed. The people start dying in their kids' enemy year. Kanye West, born 1977, year of the snake. His mom died in a plastic surgery accident in 2007, year of the pig.
Wow.
Enemy sign again. And what I want people to do, don't believe me, now go through your families, go through your blood, your lineage, and you'll start seeing this pattern around 65 to 60% of the time. No one's trying to say they're God here or they're the prime creator and what we know is 100%. I'm telling you there's enough validity in this system to pinpoint the years people die. The Bush family. Both Barbara and Senior Bush died in 2018, the year of the dog. Their son Jeb is born in the year of the dragon. Enemy signs. Again, we see this combination over and over and over. Kobe Bryant, born in the year of the horse. He died a couple days into the year of the rat. Now that's his enemy sign. But where's the connection with the kid? Making sure I get this name and making sure I get this right. Natalie Bryant, his eldest daughter, is born in the year of the horse.
Wow.
She died in her enemy year, her dad. And this is what you see over and over and over. I got one more. And then you people can start doing your own research. You people out there start making videos of this, how this actually works in your own families. Time to change the world with knowledge, not with bullets, not with propaganda, but with actual knowledge. Let's get the people what they're craving for. They want knowledge. Now you have it. Now we've connected that the bloodline, the family, and the kids are connected. That's why the old vassal is dying in the new vassal's enemy year. You want what more?
Yeah.
How about one of the most famous people in Las Vegas, Dana White? Dana White is born 1957, year of the rooster, and both his parents died 2023, year of the cat.
Wow.
So again, now I've given you 5 examples of people who are major celebrities who had their parents die in their enemy year for whatever reason. Natural causes, murder. But what I'm basically trying to show you here, there's a lineage between the kids and the parents. No matter what you say, there's energy at work here. Now people can see it is undeniable because of the numerology and astrology behind it. This is what really needs to be replaced with religion.
Right. So how does it work if you have multiple kids then?
Outstanding. It usually goes off the first kid, but it can go off all of the kids.
Okay.
So if you have 3 kids, find out what their enemy years are, that's probably when you're going to go.
Damn.
Now we basically, what we're doing right now, my man, is going to change life insurance rates in a couple years.
Wow.
Because once these people start realizing this is real, it is a whole new ball game. We have to get rid of the religious dogma. We need to start making sense of things. I do not believe a virgin gave birth to Jesus. It's ludicrous that people believe this stuff. It's ludicrous that people believe that Muhammad wrote one of the greatest books in human history, the Quran. Again, I'm not insulting anyone. That's one of the greatest books. An illiterate man wrote that? Come on, cut the games. Cut the games. Let's go into what actually works. Let's show you another way they operate. 3 is the number of the criminal. Criminal starts with C. C is the 3rd letter. Interesting that cop starts with C too. Very interesting how that works. But, that's why they call it Congress. Bunch of criminals at work. Now, you want to go even deeper again. We're peeling. We're going to peel here, folks. Name me all the last couple superpowers in world history. United States and the last 2.
Would it be Russia and China?
Soviet Union. I don't think Russia and China are superpowers yet. But if you go down the list, it will be USA, USSR, pre-Russia. Russia right now would not consider a superpower. And the last one you will call is the UK. The UK was empire. So now that we established that 3 is the number of the criminal, by the way, the Gambino crime family was started by a 3 life path. So again, we're revealing things, we're cutting onion things, but let's see how they actually take advantage. How do the elite actually apply this so they can get away with things? USSR starts with a U. UK starts with a U. United States of America starts with a U. U is the 21st letter. You want to do the math? 2 and 1 is 3. So the last 3 superpowers were all criminal regimes. And who's going to replace them? A lot of people think it's going to be China. C3, another criminal regime. Do people understand now what these people are doing? They're using the numerology and astrology and applying it at an advanced level. But I also said something else at the very beginning. I said that this was a planet full of fake gods. Fake gods. That's what I said. How can I prove this? Well, if this is a 3rd dimensional planet, we've heard this many times, and we have already established that 3 is a criminal, then maybe all the regimes on this planet and all the power structure on this planet is criminal in nature because it has to be. Maybe the prime creator put us down here to see if we could flourish and not be part of this criminal energy, this criminal regime, this criminal gods and demons that actually run this world.
Wow.
Think about it. And if this is a 3D realm, who are you praying to then? Who are you praying to then? You are praying to actual demons who are siphoning your energy in the 3rd dimension. Because that's what we're in. We're in the third dimension, and these demons are siphoning your energy. When you pray, you become prey. The number 3, third dimensional plane. Why do you think they call it the 4 horsemen?
Why?
Fourth dimensional plane. Now, you've heard the word matrix thrown out many times. By the way, Andrew Tate didn't say the word matrix once until he talked to me on the phone. So we'll leave that at that. Shout out to those guys for making my matrix word famous. Congrats. Anyways, when it comes to this metaphysical science type of thing. But when it comes to the word matrix, there's always words within words. Within the word matrix, you have the word rat. The rat in Chinese astrology is favored by the matrix. Now, how would we prove this? How would we prove that the rat is favored by the matrix? We try to see when the elite established certain things. Israel was founded in 1948, year of the rat.
Wow.
The rat is good friends with the monkey. Then we talk about America being founded 1776, the year of the monkey. So now do we understand why America always protects Israel?
Always.
I would consider the Saudi government probably the most favorable to Israel in the Middle East. Saudi Arabia was founded 1932, year of the monkey.
Wow.
Doesn't America and Saudi Arabia run a petrodollar scam that basically forces the world to use American dollars? And by the way, as an American, I'm very thankful for that. Okay? Because that's it. When it comes down to people who are telling you, kill the Fed, kill the Fed. Yeah, you could have killed the Fed before the Titanic sunk and they signed that stuff on Jekyll Island in 1930. I would have been all for killing the Fed then. At this point, you can't kill the Fed. The Fed is a parasite. Unfortunately, the parasite is attached to the host, the United States of America. And if you take that parasite, the United States of America, and detach it from the host, America dies as a superpower.
Wow.
So all these people who are saying kill the Fed, you're basically saying kill America as a superpower. Is that what you really want to do? Do you hate the Fed so much that you're willing to basically say, yo, my kids, my grandkids, that's it. Here you go, China. So I understand, and I'm not making any arguments about the Fed being economic terrorists. I'm telling you, America was never a superpower without the Fed. It came here in 1913. America didn't become a superpower until 1945. So yes, the Fed is not a good thing, maybe for the rest of the world. For an American, yo, I'm on Team Fed. I don't give a how that sounds either. I like the advantages I have as an American citizen. We're on top of the world.
Right.
What does that mean? That means our cost of living is way down. People can say anything they want about inflation. We're actually exploiting inflation through the Federal Reserve because everyone who needs those dollars to buy those, to buy oil from OPEC needs to buy in American dollars. What does the Saudi regime do? They basically use those dollars to prop up T-bills, American treasuries, and that's how the system goes. And as long as that system is in place, it doesn't matter how much our debt is. It's all garbage. As long as the Federal Reserve System is in place. But think about what I said. This is a criminal planet. So the superpower is going to have to do criminal activities to stay on top. So people can be righteous. People can say whatever they want. I want America to stay on top. I'm assuming you do too.
Yeah.
And yes, that's going to mean that we're going to do certain things that probably aren't in the best interest of the world. I want people to understand that Israel is very, very different than any other country in the world. Israel is basically named after 3 gods. is Ra. I'm sure everyone heard the God, Ra. And then El, as in Elohim. When you look at Ra, you can see his influence on astrology. Didn't I say the rat is favored by the matrix? The rat is connected to Ra. Matrix. So the god of Ra, who's honestly only a god in this realm, because numerology and astrology don't work in the dream world, or it doesn't work in the fourth dimension. That's why here in this dimension, the enemy of the rat, the horse, is basically abused in the English language. Think about this. Ho, horse. Whore, horse. See how it's almost similar? Even the English language, which is based off numerology, is against the horse, the enemy of the rat. That's why it calls them the four horsemen of the apocalypse. Because the four is going to go through to attack the three. And by the way, in numerology, first time reveal, 3 and 4 are enemy numbers. 4 is the number of law and order. Does it make sense that a 3, a criminal, would have issues with a 4, which is the police and law and order? This is how numerology breaks down in everyday life. You guys just never thought how to apply it. You want to see even more?
Yeah.
Blue, if you add it up in numerology, B equals 2, L equals 3, blue adds up to 4.
How does L equal 3?
L equals 3 because it's the 12th letter. 1 and 2 is 3.
Got it.
So again, blue would equal 4. Red, 18th letter. R is the 18th letter. E is the 5th. D is the 4th. So that adds up to 27. 2 and 7 is 9. So when you have red and blue together, 4 and 9 is 13. 1 and 3 is 4. So even the blue and red lights that police function under all over the world, I might add, that light frequency is a 4. Do you understand how deep this stuff goes now?
Wow. Yeah.
People just never dissected it. This is some of the stuff I've been teaching my students within GG33, and now the public knows. So what I want the public to actually do is to start evolving all of this. I dropped enough seeds. I dropped enough seeds, and now you understand how people in positions of power actually use this. Lastly, I am not an atheist. I believe there is a prime creator. But I believe the prime creator threw us in this criminal realm to see who passes the test. Can you still be righteous if you're a rich man? But you can be a billionaire if you start doing things that are immoral. Can you be an attractive woman and not go on OnlyFans and take the $200,000 a month that you can make? Would you rather be a good mother? Stay at home, raise the kids. This is the decision the prime creator puts on all of us. We all have something. You're an influential guy. You could be pushing degeneracy. And you know if you be pushing degeneracy, you get a lot more views. I don't see you doing it. Why?
I know I'll harm people.
There you go. You don't think you're going to be judged by that? But most people in your position would not care. Yeah, give me the money.
Yeah, the streamers.
This is what you have to understand. This is what the prime creator put us in this criminal element for. If you're a great athlete, are you going to go around and whore around and cheat on your wife? By the way, if you cheat on your wife as a man, again, I'm not talking about girlfriend, boyfriend cheating. Who cares about that? But if you're married and you have kids with a woman and then you cheat on that woman, that's going to affect the health of the kids.
Really?
Yeah.
How so?
Why do you? Because see, when the mom and dad create a frequency that a child comes from, once they let someone else come into that frequency sexually, it affects the child.
Wow.
So again, if you are sick and people don't know why you caught this disease, maybe your mom and your daddy were a whore. and they were cheating around on you. Oh, does that hurt people's feelings? That I said something like that? Because more people are going to be mad at me for my mannerisms than be mad at the people who are causing disease and suffering in this world. Stop being so sensitive and go after the people who need to be going after.
That is nuts. Now, we talked about Fuentes on the last episode, and since then, he made a video about you. Would you be willing to debate him on numerology?
He would not debate me. The funny part is he was talking about Zerka and me in that same video.
Yeah.
And the fact of the matter is like, oh, Zerka does numerology. I don't like it, but he's cool. But Garry does numerology. He's a Satanist. Really? Isn't there something in the Christian faith, in the Bible called the Book of Numbers? I could be wrong, but it really says that in the Bible. There is something called the Book of Numbers. If the Book of Numbers is real, why are you attacking me? And here's the difference between Christians and Muslims. In Christians, you better start. I consider Christianity the biggest cult in the world.
Wow.
About 2.3 billion people. Islam's right behind with about 2.1. Here's the difference between Muslims and Christians. I have never seen a Muslim tell me I'm the one who's chosen by God. Muslim has never spoken those words to me. I've spoke to too many Christians who told me I was chosen by God and I talked to angels.
I've heard that too.
A lot of Christians tell me they were chosen by God. I had a guy tell me not the other day that he's John the Baptist reincarnated.
Wow.
And he didn't even believe in Christianity until 3 months ago. So a man who started believing Christianity 3 months ago now believes he's a savior. Dear Christians, I know a lot of you are good people. You need to renounce anyone who says they're a prophet, because this is a mental illness that people are using as a crutch for all their failures. Most of these people I've noticed don't have a strong bond with their family. There's one guy who texts his dad once a month and says he has a strong relationship with his father.
Jeez.
If you're watching this, I want you guys to know something. If someone doesn't have a strong relationship with their parents, it's a red flag.
Really?
Because if you show no love to your parents, you'll show no loyalty to others.
What if the parents traumatized you, though?
There are exceptions, but in most cases, it is what it is. Not saying, I mean, obviously, there's people who are foster kids and they never had their biological parents.
Right.
But what I'm basically trying to tell you is if all the chips, lay where they were and someone has a mom and dad and they have a very weak relationship with their mom and dad, it's usually a sign that someone can't be trusted. So again, you got to do some research, but that's what I've seen in my life. We have a society of beta males who are paying for OnlyFans. You know what's interesting? A lot of people say, yo, it's the guy's fault. Not too sure about that. A lot of those guys were raised by single mothers. They didn't have any men in their lives. So this is what they've devolved to. And again, it all goes back to numerology and astrology. One is the man. Alpha starts with A. Male, first vowel A. Capitalist, first vowel A. But when you look at woman, first vowel O. Communist, first vowel O. Socialist, first vowel O. You notice how women always lean to socialism and communism? Again, the English language is coded with numerology. It is telling you, women, O. Always back homosexuals, O.
It's in plain sight.
This is why the 19th Amendment needs to be repealed, because women as a whole, and don't come at me, conservative women who are voting Trump. I don't want to hear it. You're outnumbered 2-1. Facts. Maybe 3-1. So I understand good Republican conservative women exist. We'll get into that in a second. But you're outnumbered 2-1, and the English language shows you. It's plain as day. Man, capitalist, AA. Woman, O. Communist, O. Woman push for homosexual rights, O. Clear as day. Because the English language is based off numerology. The first language they tried to base off numerology was Greek. The second language, and it was a vast improvement, was Hebrew. Now it's English. Their perfected product. That's why it's called spelling. You're casting a spell. There's nothing unusual. Why do you think the U.S. moved their embassy to Jerusalem?
Why?
Jerusalem has the word U-S-A within it. Words matter. The English language, I think I proved the English language matters at this point.
Yeah.
So if we know all this stuff is real, let's go back to the Bible. You can't spell the word Bible without the word lie. Why is that? Or alien. Take the A and the N off. You have the word lie in there. Why is that? Do I believe illegal aliens exist? Yeah. There's a lot of those. There's evidence those exist. But do I believe reptilians are controlling the planet through their mind control zombies called Greys and the Pleiadians are fighting against them? No. I believe the Rothschilds just made up a story that you fools bought hook, line, and sinker.
What about dinosaurs?
I mean, they get those bones from somewhere, don't they?
Yeah. Candace Owens doesn't believe in those, but who knows? Who knows what they lie
Candace
about?
Owens, you brought her up. Let's talk about her.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
We talked about snakes and pigs being enemy signs. Who fired Candace?
Ben Shapiro.
Ben, born in the year of the pig, 1983, fires Candace, born 1989, year of the snake. Always goes back
Wow.
to numerology and astrology. Always. This is how it works. The pig and snake are enemies. Candace and Ben are enemies. You see this in everyday life. And when people start actually applying this, instead of going all fours 5 times a day, or giving your siphoning your energy to a fake creator, then we will actually have human evolution. And what is happening today on this podcast will help kickstart it. Death code is undeniable. It is literally undeniable. Your priests, your imams, your rabbis cannot give you anything even close to as definite as that. So at this point, again, going back to the family, 1 is man, 2 is feminine, 3 is child. Child starts with C. C is the third letter. 1 plus 2 equals 3. So it takes a man and a woman to form a child. And by the way, unless you have a child, you're not a family. Because 1 man, 2 woman, 3 child, 1, 2, 3 equals 6. And 6 is the number of home and family. How deep does this go? Home, first vowel O. House, first vowel O. O is the 15th letter. 1 and 5 is 6.
Wow.
Again, it's there every single time. This is a code within the code. And now you people, the regular folks who are watching this, and this is going to get billions of views. Now you have a piece of the real key within the matrix. Not this propaganda that Tate tries to sell you, all this other garbage. This is the sauce. The real sauce. Does not matter where you go. This is what you can apply to anything in real life.
So if man plus woman equals family, what about man, man, and woman, woman? Doesn't work?
1, 2 plus 3. Family is also a 6-letter word. Tells you everything you need to know.
Makes sense.
You know, a lot of people who are cops are born in the 4th, 13th, 31st. Because they're there to make sure law and order are enforced. How do I know this? Been pulled over 13 times in the past, 15 years? And I talk my way out of every single ticket because my birthday, what's yours? I'm like, if I'm wrong, then give me a ticket.
No way.
That's how I do. If every time I get pulled over, I tell the officer, you know my birthday, what's yours? And they're like, why? I'm like, I'll tell you what, give me your birthday. If I'm wrong about anything, give me a ticket. If not, let me go. I've been let go every single time except once. Some dude in Iowa would not give me his birthday, so I couldn't work my magic.
Wow.
You know, it's not like I'm a broad with, you know, a whole bunch of racks over here and I could just get away with it. I actually have to talk my way out of it. But numerology and astrology has allowed me to do that. GG33 is a brand worldwide right now. The Qwood app, that's my app on Apple. Here's the interesting thing. I had a talk with Apple and I wanted to launch our astrology app.
Yeah.
And I did. I think it's wonderful. I think it's the best one out there. Qwood app. Shameful plug. But Apple didn't like my pricing. They said I was charging too much.
Really?
Yeah. And I basically went to Apple and I'm like, I don't think you understand who I am. I'm the one who made numerology and astrology mainstream, at least with men. No, guys did not believe in this before I started coming here.
Right.
And even my enemies will admit to that. And basically, I went to Apple. I'm like, listen, you're the foundation of capitalism. Your computers cost a lot more than everyone else's. So eventually, they let me have my way. I have one of the most expensive apps on the App Store, and it's selling like hotcakes.
How much is it?
800.
Wow, for the app?
Yep.
Holy crap.
And again, when you have the best of the, Apple charges a lot of money too. And here's the interesting about Apple. 28th number of wealth. We talked about this. Steve Jobs, who was born 2/24, 1955, 2/24/1955 adds up to 28. He opened Apple on 3/1/1977, 3/1/1977 adds up to 28. He also incorporated it on 4/1/1976, 4/1/1976 adds up to 28. It's the richest cash-rich company in the world.
Wow.
So again, 28th number of wealth. Bill Gates born on 28th. You know, you heard this guy before. Musk born on 28th. So we have Apple, the richest in the world when it comes to a corporation. But what about the things above Apple?
Oil.
BlackRock. But what's above BlackRock? Vanguard. Because BlackRock is a privately traded company. You could own a share of BlackRock, so can I. But you can't own anything of Vanguard. But guess who owns 9% of BlackRock? Vanguard. And Vanguard was founded 5/1/1975. 5/1/1975 adds up to 28. Again, the numerology is right there. At this point, I think I laid up a very, very strong case for why people need to put down their holy books, put down their fairy tales, and start looking at this. Death code is the most real thing given to the public in hundreds of years. Now you guys can go back, look at your families, and I expect videos of TikTok about how their grandparents or their mother or their father died during death code. I expect videos of this on TikTok all over.
Wow.
All over, because people are going to see how real this is. And now we can start evolving past this nonsensical religion. And I believe there's a lot of good tenets in the religion.
Yeah, I'm going to have to look at my my loved one's deaths when I get home. That's so interesting. 60% accurate, you said?
65% accurate.
Wow, that's really high.
Exactly. And again, people are going to say it's not 100. Well, find me a system better. I'll follow it. You know, it's that simple. You know what I'm saying? You know, Steph Curry only hits threes at what? A 45% rate? He's the best in the world.
Right.
So, okay, he misses 55% of the time. Find me someone better. That's what it comes down to. It always comes back to the same thing. Lastly, let's talk about Michael Jordan. You want me to talk about how numerology and astrology made Michael Jordan king?
Yeah.
So first thing we're going to talk about is Michael Jordan being an Aquarius.
I didn't know he was an Aquarius.
Well, of course he's an Aquarius. He always marries women outside his race. Don't Aquariuses like women outside their race, sir?
Yep, I'm an Aquarius.
And you have someone who's outside your race. So you have to understand the thing about Aquariuses is they're always rebels. So if an Aquarius is born within Christianity, it will rebel against the church. If an Aquarius is born in a mosque, it will rebel against Islam. It's always about rebellion, no matter what they're in. And Aquariuses want, one of the ways they rebel is they want someone outside their race. It's what they're attracted to. Michael Jordan has always been with a woman outside his race. 217. Next, Nike became Nike 1975, year of the cat. That's when the name Nike came. Nike made a deal with Michael Jordan, born 1963, year of the cat. They made billions together. People following their own energy. But now, let's talk about the numerology. First time ever to the public, this is being revealed. Now people are going to be able to understand how to find their lucky numbers. Every single person by the end of this will be able to understand what their lucky numbers are and how Michael Jordan pulled it off.
Wow.
Michael Jordan is born 2/17/1963. What number did he make famous?
23.
How did he do it? Okay, well, you did the sound effects, but if you look at his birthday, the first number in his birthday is a 2. The last number in his birthday is a 3. 23. That's how he did it. Everyone's lucky number is based off the month and the last digit in the birthday.
Wow.
So Michael Jordan, born 2/17/1963. First number is a 2. Last number is a 3. 23. He's a cat. Signed a deal with the cat company. Now he's a billionaire. Numerology and astrology approved. And now you understand how to find your lucky numbers. And again, this made Michael Jordan billions.
Damn.
Billions. Whether he knew about it or someone in his entourage knew about it, that's exactly what happened. And now people understand another piece of the puzzle. My man, it's safe to say this podcast here is going to do a lot to change society.
It is, man. I appreciate you coming on, for real. It's been a blast, as always.
Let's do it, brother.
Let's see how this...
They're going to say that was a Masonic handshake, by the way. I know how this is going to work. By the way, I have never been a Freemason, and I will never be a Freemason. I want to make this clear, because now all the rumors are going to start. I just think religion is silly. And now that the world has this information to work off, I think a lot of people are going to come to that same assessment. Remember, you might laugh at me. Your kids are going to thank me.
We'll end it there, guys. Check out Garry's stuff and download his app. We'll link it below. Thanks for coming on, man. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.